Welcome back to Renegade GCM. Sorry if audio's a little messed up. I'm a little congested here, but let's get into this. This is Dofi versus Purple Luffy in the OP09 meta. The opponent chooses to go first. So we have two Edward Weevils, Jinbei, a 7-drop, Raging Tiger, and a Sengoku Searcher. They're going to deploy out their Law Search, getting a Luffy Taro. We're going to deploy our Sengoku, getting another Jinbei, just passing the turn to the opponent. So Purple Luffy, if they're at, I think it's 3 Dawn or 8 Dawn, something like that, they can take life to ramp 1. So they're gonna go 6 into 5 here. We're gonna give them a 2K in the Mihawk. They did deploy a Mr. 2, ramping themselves to Dawn. So here our 4 turn, we're gonna deploy Jinbei into Weevil, drawing into a Draco Mihawk 2K, and just gonna chip 5 in. And they give us a counter, which is good. Just passing it back to them. So their Mr. 2 can swing as a 6K because of our Weevil. So they're at 7 Dawn here. This is usually I was going to say the Luffy Taro turn, but they decided to go with a Useless Kid blocker, and then 6 with Mr. 2 into our leader. We'll give them another 2K, I believe. Yep. So they're going to put 1 on their leader, go 6 as well. 6 into our 5. We don't have any more 2Ks, so we take that hit, getting a Gecko. Them leaving 1 Dawn open is usually a good indicator that they have Gum Gum Giant, which will give them 4K. So we're going to do our leader ability, swing 7 using card action. We're going to deploy out the Mihawk just to give them another target to go for. Did you take that hit? So we put 1 on the Sengoku just to kind of pressure the Mr. 2. So that way they couldn't just give us a 2K to get out of it. But they did give us the 6K block or with the Useless Kid, so that does leave it open. So we're going to go 5 into Mr. 2. And then we have 8K. We're going to go into the kid, see if they want to give us a 2K and a 1, 2 and a 1. We don't want them getting too much advantage with that kid blocker. So opponent has 6 cards in hand and 1 open. So Gum Gum Giant, they're going to deploy that event, giving their blocker an extra 4K. So we're just going to pass it back to them. They're at 7 Dawn again because they did Dawn -2. We have quite a dominant board presence with the Jinbei. We have the Mihawk and the 6K Weevil. Now they can pressure the board here. And we still have quite a good amount of cards in hand. We have a Jinbei with another Weevil, a Gecko. Yeah, if we need to recur a 2K or something to hand, we have the Sengoku Searcher and a Perona, which will help us manipulate our deck. So here they're going to swing their Trafalgar Law 2K into ours. Sengoku, we're just going to let them have that. And we do have the Raging Tiger still. We can tuck both of the characters to the bottom of the deck if we choose to. So 5 into 5 here. We're just going to use a counter to protect the Mihawk. So they're going to play out their 7-drop Sanji, which can allow them to Dawn -, to rest, and then it gains Rush. I was checking the Raging Tiger because it's 6 or less, so I wasn't able to, can't target Sanji with it. They did ramp back 1 up with the Useless Kid when they Dawn -, so 7 into 5 here in the Mihawk. We don't have any 2Ks, and it would take 3 of our 1Ks to give that up, so we're just going to let them have it. They have 1 open Dawn left, and their blocker. can't foresee them wanting to swing their blocker in, so they just pass it to us. All right. So we draw another Jinbei, which is great. So we were debating if we want to use the 7-drop event, but we're going to go Jinbei and Gecko, getting another 2k back to hand. We're going to put 2 on our leader. So 7. We're going to pressure 7 into their Sanji using card action. So that's going to allow us to put the wall back into our hand, and we'll put their Searcher back in hand. Off the Trafalgar Law hitting the field with leader effect. So 7 into 7, they're going to give us that counter out, which is fine. So we have a 5k and a 6k swing. So we're going to put the 1 on the Weevil, go 7. We were thinking about 7 on 7 again with a Sanji, but we're just going to pressure life here. Because if we can get him to use that Gum Gum Giant and over counter, that's great for us. So they did it. They gave us a 2 and a 1. So here we're just going to pass the turn because their blockers are 6k, so our Jinbei wouldn't do anything. Opponent has 4 cards left in hand. We still have another Jinbei, a Law, Weevil, Sengoku, and a 2k Mihawk, as well as a 7-drop event that can tuck 2 6-drop or less characters to the bottom of its owner's deck. So here they dropped a 6k blocker, so technically next turn we can get rid of both of their blockers here with that event. So they're going to go 6 or 7 into life here. That's a 2 and a 1, but we're just going to take that. So here they're going to go 8 into our Weevil. We're going to give them a 2 and a 1 with a Sengoku. Back to us here. We're at 10 Dawn. We're going to use 7 of that immediately to get rid of their blockers. So 3 open Dawn here. We're going to put 1 on Jinbei, go 6 into Luffy at 5. That gives us a 2k. We're going to put another 1 on Jinbei, go 6 into 5 again. They give us another 2k. We're going to go 5 into 5 here. They give that life. We have another 5 swing with Gecko into life. They give that up. And then we're going to put 1 on Weevil and go 7 into the Sanji. See if they want to use their counter out of hand to protect this again, which they do. We just pass it back. We still have 3 life. They just hit their 10 Dawn turn. We have 2k and a couple of 1ks and counters in hand. So they deploy the 9-drop Linlin, using her effect. Looks like they trashed with Butaro, gained themselves a life. And I'm assuming they're putting Weevil at the bottom. Waiting for opponent to choose which character of ours they want to put at the bottom of our life. So they did choose the Weevil, which was the most optimal play there, a 6k body. So they're going to put 1 remaining Dawn on their Sanji, making it an 8k swing. So here they're going to pressure the board 8 into 5. We're going to give them 2, a 1, and another 1k. So they only have a 5k swing now. So they're going to pressure the Gecko. We're going to give them that last 1k out of hand to protect the Gecko. So now we have 4 viable swings. They have 2 cards in hand and 2 life. So we're going to, we were going to put 3 and go 8. We were going to divvy up the Dawn as needed to close the game up here. So they did have the Gum Gum Giant, but they had no open Dawn. And they had a 2k Sanji. And then out of life, they looked like they had another 1k Kid coming and then a 1k Nico Robin. So yeah, good job with the purple Luffy opponent. They were able to keep applying the pressure. Dopey was able to do dopey things. We had a blocker coming up. But yeah, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.